2-3 days ago, sometimes, like I said, I go to the coffee shop to write.
Yeah.
And I end up writing something else as an exercise.
Yeah, you told me you just write. You don't even think about it. You just write whatever.
I wrote a story that was really funny to me. I met this cat when I was a freshman in high school. I really don't want to say his name. You know, I'm not friends with him. I haven't spoken to him in 30 years, but I met this cat, and he was a rich kid. His father was a mobster, left his mother for a younger girl, typical shit.
Yeah.
And his father just placated it by throwing money at him. And, you know, he had a Z28. He always had new cars. He always had new stereos. His mother got fucking fat and ugly. And he had his aunt that was a half a Momo. She had like her nervous breakdown and she couldn't go to work or some shit.
A Momo?
Yeah, like she just sat in the kitchen and watched game shows all day with drink fucking tea. So I became friends with him through other friends. And one of the guys that adopted me, Mike Runny, lit him up on one night. One night he tried to be a tough guy with Mike, and that's the wrong guy to be a tough guy with. And Mike lit him up at the park on 51st Street Park, bloodied his face.
No.
He broke his nose. Yeah, there was blood everywhere. So he always knew I was Mike's Goomba. So he was always kind of standoffish with me. You know what I'm saying? Like every time I'd see him, he'd say hello, and he was courteous, but he knew I was Mike's brother. And you can't tell me a story about Mike.
Of course.
You can't come to me and tell me anything about Mike because I'll smack you.
I have friends like that.
So me and him became kind of friends, and we would take rides, and they were all scared to go into the city. They were reefer heads. So I would say, I'll take you to the spot. My fee was a bag.
To drive them?
They would drive.
Oh.
And I would get out of the car, walk into the spot, get the reefer, and then get back in the car and give it to them. Little did they know I would take a butt out of their bag.
Of course.
I was working them to death.
Yeah.
And I knew the guys in the bodega. They would take care of me, blah, blah, blah. So, you know, I kind of liked him, but he still wasn't one of my favorites. And one night when I was like a junior or the beginning of my senior year, I saw him out one night, and he goes, get in the car. You want to take a ride with us? And we're smoking pot and listening to loud music, going around North Bergen where I live. And he had a crush on this girl. And the girls were hanging out in front of this park. And it was 4 of us. And he got out of the car and started talking to the girl. Well, guess what? The girl had a boyfriend that was a fucking gorilla. He rolled up with one of his buddies and without provocation just started beating up on my buddy.
No.
I just opened up. So all us 3 get out of the car, and I'm trying to de-escalate the situation.
How?
By just breaking him apart. The guy he was, they called him Rocky. Like his father owned a diner in Fairview, New Jersey or some shit. And the guy was a big kid. He was roided up. He fucking pummeled Perry. That was the kid's name. So we all got back in the Z28. He dropped us off. And about a week later, somebody said to me, dog, you know, he's mad at you because he said you didn't have his back. And I go, what are you talking about? It was 4 against 2. We would have killed those guys. There was no reason to escalate the situation.
Yeah.
They would have just come back with 20 guys, and then our whole town's at war.
Yeah.
Let's just break it up.
Get out.
Everybody take their punches, and that's what I told him. He goes, well, he took it like whatever. So I confronted him about it. He goes, well, I wanted to fight him. I go, Perry, he was knocking the fuck out of you. You weren't going nowhere here. There was nowhere to go. So over the years, him and I had this thing. We were cool because we had mutual friends. So we ended up in different places. I leave. I go to Colorado. I never think about him. I move on with my life. I go back to New Jersey in '84. Everybody's a drug dealer. Everybody's in the mafia. Everybody's selling coke. Everybody.
That's
it's
insane.
Like leaving right now and coming back. And when I come back, Lee and you are big time coke dealers. And I'm like, he never did coke.
It's so weird though. Like, how come no one just got a...
That's how cocaine spread in the early 80s. It was that fast.
Damn.
83 to 85, it spread like a fucking wildfire. When you watch the 7-5 or the other documentary, they're not lying. It took over. Like, where they were selling, you would be coming here for years to this corner to buy weed. And one day you showed up and they're like, they ain't got no more. We ain't selling weed no more. It's a straight up rock on this motherfucker. And you're like that's how quick it had taken over.
Huh. Man.
So when I moved back, I bumped into him one day and he's like, dog, I got this coke. Nobody else has this connection. He gave me 2 blasts, Kate. It was out of this fucking world.
What did you like the first time I tried coke?
I was already doing. I was like, I started at 16, but
that's insane.
Now I'm 21, 22, 21, and I moved back to North Bergen for some stupid reason, and I bump into him, and he's telling me that he's selling coke. His father owned a construction company, so he worked construction. He was always a big shot in construction, but he was a degenerate gambler. So that to placate this chick, he had stolen that chick from that dude.
No.
But she was like a high money chick. You had to lift the rock if you wanted that pussy. That's why she was dating the dude whose father owned the deli. She was one of those girls. She was
owned the deli.
Yeah,
that's the high money.
Yeah, that's where the money is. She ain't gonna date no stiff. So he had to come up with Gitas to date this girl, and he had the construction job, he gambled, and then he told me one day he got into the coke business. So he says to me, if you can sway some customers my way, I'll take care of you from time to time. So I started helping him out. It was easy in those days. Everybody was looking for coke. Every day. Every day you woke up to somebody looking for an 8-ball. An 8-ball, a gram, a quarter ounce. They were leaving to Miami somewhere for a month. They wanted to take it with them. There was always a way to make money in those days. So one night I saw him. We were working together for like 3 weeks. Me sending people over there, or me picking it up from him, and we had worked out a percentage.
Yeah.
Like 5 points a week. Give me like fucking 100 cash. And
right.
And I'll tell you what, give me a gram of coke because it's 100 to me, but it's 65 cost to you.
Yeah.
He's like, no, I'm cutting the percentage. And I was like, you just made a bad mistake. Like in the back of my mind,
you fuck with the wrong.
Yeah, I go, you're getting robbed.
Yeah.
Like I already knew I was going to rob him.
That's hilarious.
Like he was just on a hook. I would just put people on a hook, give them time to forget about what happened.
Yep.
Whatever altercation happened between us, I'd give it 6 months, and one day when the timing was right, I'd clip you. I would bang you out. I'd wait, and I'd even learn your delivery schedule.
That's insane.
Like I knew who you were getting it from. If I would drive by and see his car in front of your house, you just picked up. That means it's in your house. That means if I go to a bar tonight and you're at the bar drinking with your friends, there's nobody at the house.
You're just like me.
That means I got an hour to get down to your house, kick the fucking... And I would just kick your door in.
No way.
There was no fucking thievery or door
it's not
picking.
like they're going to call the cops. My blow's missing. What are you going to say?
No. That's what I knew. And then they would come to me, but they wouldn't have sufficient proof.
Yeah.
And I had 6 gorillas that I grew up with that wouldn't let something like that happen to me.
It's insane.
You know what I'm saying? Like they wouldn't let this go down. So it was forgotten about. People would just move on and go, that motherfucker robbed me.
Did you ever do that and regret it? Did anything bad ever come out of it?
Yeah, I got a reputation, and then everything that happened got pointed at me.
Oh, right. Then everybody thought you did everything.
So once anytime somebody got robbed, it was me. And then what happened was I got accused of doing something that I really didn't do, and it destroyed me.
What was it?
Because they were close friends of mine. A friend of mine said I robbed his house. I wasn't even living in that area at the time.
Oh.
So I had to call the chief of police, who I knew personally. I hung out with his son. And I go, these people, these political people accusing me of robbing the house. I live up in Cresskill. I don't even come into that area because I had people looking for me. In the North Bergen area, I had like 3 drug dealers.
People looking for you everywhere.
This was crazy.
That's never usually a good alibi.
That's how I lived. I would beat 2 or 3 or 4 people for $10,000 apiece, $8,000, $6,000, and I would lock myself up in a hotel for fucking a month, eating Chinese food, snorting blow in that area, and I'd wait for it to cool down. Then I'd come back like nothing happened.
That's so crazy.
And nothing would happen.
I've never broken into someone's house. Well, I like to get revenge, but only for personal, like if someone hurts me personally, like emotionally, I'll get fucking revenge and do crazy shit.
At that time, like you said, I was in pain.
Right.
And everything that happened, it was the world doing it to me. So I would have to rob you. That was my way of lashing out at the world, was by robbing people.
Yeah, and sometimes I just feel like I want to make someone, like if someone hurts me, I'm like, I want to make them feel it. Like I want to teach them a lesson, but I want to do it in a way that they'll like never know it was me, but they'll feel what I felt. And then I get revenge on people.
10 Planet Kush, it drains the lactic motherfucking acid. People won't cop to it. The health specialists say, no, that doesn't happen, Joey. Yes, it fucking does. I got friends at Harvard, bitch. I'm like Garth Brooks. I got friends in high places, motherfuckers.